Hello, everyone. Welcome to Catherine's ESL classroom. In today's lesson, we are going to discuss and learn prepositions of time and place. The three main words that we use are in, on, and at. You ever wonder how to attract more of your communication skills so then people listen to you a little bit more respectfully? Well, we're going to help you with that. So there are three main words, in, on, and at. We're going to use them as specific points of time or specific places of time and place. For example, at night, in the past, on New Year's Eve. You see how I use them three ways? So we're going to learn them a little bit more in depth. So get ready, get your pen, your paper, your water, your coffee, or just use your ears to listen. So let's get started. So welcome again, everyone. Today's lesson. Do you remember what the three words were? In, on, or at. Prepositions of time and place. So part one is going to be a review and practice. Part two, we'll do this in another lesson, and this will test your knowledge and skills on how you learn prepositions of time and place. So get ready. Review and practice of prepositions of time and place. In, on, or at. Are you reading with me? Great job. In. In is used with buildings, rooms, and places that can be thought of as surrounding a person or object on all sides. So for example, can you take a seat in the waiting room, please? There's a wedding in the church this afternoon. Great job in repeating after me or reading with me. Both are great. Lots of people are swimming in the lake. My son is studying science in school. In school means the person is studying in general, usually at college or the university, but not necessarily inside the school at the moment. It just means they're studying in school. For example, my husband doesn't have a job because he's in school. He's studying law. I can say the sentence even if my husband is not at the school at that moment. You notice how we're using in or at. Don't worry, we're going to say this and learn this a little bit more so you'll get the hang of it. So we also use them with containers or storage. For example, there's fresh milk in the fridge. Or remember, fridge is just a short word for refrigerator. That's right. I think I have a tissue in my pocket. The money is in the drawer of my desk. We also use them with liquids and other substances to show what they contain. For example, do you take milk in your coffee? I can taste garlic in this sauce. So you're starting to notice how we're using in. There's a lot of fat in cheese and butter. Okay. In some more. That's right. We're going to practice in some more because there's lots of ways we can use in to show that someone is wearing something. For example, do you know that girl in the black dress? A man in a brown suit was walking towards her. We also use in to show how things are arranged, expressed, or written. For example, we gathered around in a circle. Their names are given in alphabetical order. Complete the form in block capitals. She spoke to me in Spanish. Okay. On. Now we're going to focus on the word on. Now, what is on? What are we learning? Prepositions of time and place. We use on with surfaces or things that can be thought of as surfaces. For example, the letter is on the table. There was a beautiful painting on the wall. The toy department is on the first floor. Write the number down on a piece of paper. How are you doing so far? You starting to get the hang of it? Great job. I love it. He had a large spot on his nose. She placed her hand on my shoulder. We also use the preposition on with roads, streets, or other things that can be thought of as a line. For example, rivers. The bank is on the corner of King's Street. Georgia is on the east coast of the USA. It's the second turn on the left. Now, how many people are using at in this? Okay, I know these can be tricky. So sometimes it's just better if we just practice saying them. Read more books, speak more English with your loved ones that know English more. The more you listen to English, the more you speak English, or the more you read it, it'll help you remember. And you won't even have to memorize it anymore. It'll just become second nature. So let's repeat these a little bit more. The bank is on the corner of King Street. Georgia is on the east coast of the USA. It's the second turn on the left. Is this starting to sound a little bit easier now? All right. Let's practice on more. On is used also to show movement in the direction of a surface. I dropped my groceries on the ground. Uh-oh. How many people do this? We use on also to show when the surface of something accidentally hits or touches a part of the body. For example, I cut my finger on a sharp knife. Uh-oh. How many people do this when we chop vegetables or fruits? I know I do. Uh-oh. We also use on to show that a part of someone's body is supporting their weight. For example, she was balancing on one leg. We also use on to show that something is included in a list. For example, he's not on the list of suspects. How many items are on the agenda? Okay, let's practice these a little bit more because they're a little bit tricky. Okay, I'm going to repeat the last two sentences. Remember, on is to show that something is included in a list. Okay, he's not on the suspects. Oops, he's not on the list of suspects. That's better, right? How many items are on the agenda? Okay, are we starting to get the hang of it? All right. Now at. How do we use at as a preposition of time and place? For example, with clocks. My last train leaves at 10:30. We left at 1 o'clock. How else can we write 1 o'clock? Okay, I wrote it out formally, 1 o'clock. Now, if I was going to use numbers, how would we do that? Do you remember? I'll give you a hint. How about I'll help you? If we spell out 1 o'clock with numbers, we use the number 1, the colon, and 00, okay? We use at with specific times of day or meal times. For example, he doesn't like driving at night. I like to read my child a story at bedtime. Do you? Do you like to read your child a story at bedtime? All right, that's fun, right? We also use at in certain fixed expressions, which refer to specific points in time. For example, she's working at the moment. Oh, I know this is a tough one. So let's repeat that one. She's working at the moment. How many people are working at the moment and not paying attention? Uh-oh. I finished the course at the end of April. Do you finish your course, your English course, at the end of April in 2022? Or are you going to keep studying so you become a master at English? Now remember, just because you're learning now, it doesn't mean you can't stop learning. That means you want to continue learning. The more we continue to learn, even me, even as a teacher, I continue to learn so we all can communicate better. We arrived at the same time. Okay, let's repeat these a little bit more so they become second nature. We use at with clock times. For example, my last train leaves at 10:30. You want to help me out with that sentence? Come on. My last train leaves at 10:30. We left at 1 o'clock. He doesn't like driving at night. I like to read to my child a story at bedtime. She's working at the moment. I finished the course at the end of April. We arrived at the same time. Now it's starting to become more natural to you. I know, isn't this more fun? Saying it together. Now, how are we going to use at more? With public places and shops. For example, I studied English at school. I know this is the at and the in. How many people say at school versus in school? Well, they have different meanings. We discussed the one with in. Now we're discussing the one with at. At school means the person is literally, physically inside the school. For example, where's John? He's at school. His classes finish at 3:30. You see? We use in school if we are not physically at the school. I know, confusing. Well, this is how we say it, okay? Shall I meet you at the station? We bought some bread at the supermarket. With events. I met people at my job's birthday party. Okay. Now I know this is a little tricky. So think of at school or at my job's birthday party is that we are physically, our body is there. Okay. Wow, what does this look like? Great job. I know this was just a review and practice of the prepositions of time and place. This will help you communicate better and will also help you write better. Now, I know this was a little tough, so just press rewind and then you'll start getting stronger and master the prepositions of time and place using in, on, and at. So thank you, everyone, and wish you a great rest of the day. But stay tuned for the next lesson on the quiz Test Your Knowledge challenge. Okay, bye.